Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. It is so lovely to be here. My name is Joy Alumonah, your humble host. Sorry, give me a second to check. Okay. My name is Joy Alumonah, your humble host, and I am grateful to the leadership of the Tech on Chain Network and the organizers of this webinar for the opportunity to host this beautiful session that I believe will be impactful to both people who are already in the tech space and are seeking for better opportunities, and those who are not yet in the tech space but are looking to break into the tech space. I can hear myself echoing. Is it okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't think you're echoing over it.
Okay, that's good. We have Esther Eleodimmo, we have Michael, and a couple other people. Great. If you are already a part of the Tech on Chain community, can you give a thumbs up as well? Beautiful. So if you are not too shy, and I hope that you're not, can you please unmute your mic and tell us your name, what project you've worked on lately, and then if maybe you've not done any project, that's still fine, or if you're not yet in tech space, that's still fine. Just tell us your name and what aspect of tech you are interested in.
Okay, good. Good day, everyone. My name is. Hi, it's good. So good to see you. You're both looking beautiful. Let me start with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So my name is Esther, and I'm currently learning data analytics. So I don't have. Yeah, I think it's data analytics. Yeah. I actually wanted to say data analysis. Well, I've not done the project yet because I'm just starting out. So yeah, that's all. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Esther. It's so good to hear from you. I am also a data analyst. So hi, fellow data analyst. Can we have someone else, please?
Oh God, I feel so seen.
Okay, nice to have you, Esther. Can we have someone else, please? So tell us your name and what project you've built. And if you've not built any projects, fine. Your name, what aspect of tech you're interested in. Samuel, James, Michael, Ibrahim, Taiwo, Tola. Are we shy? Let's not be shy. This is our community. We cannot be shy here. Imelda, what about you?
Hi everyone, can you all hear me?
Hi Imelda, yes, we can hear you well.
So my name is Imelda Okeke. If you're in the tech content community, you probably know me. So I don't like to refer to myself as the founder, but I'm basically like the founder of tech content and I'm the community lead. I'm also a data analyst like Joy. I'm a data analyst and a research analyst as well. See, my tech my tech journey has been a roller coaster so far, to be very honest, but there are the good days and the bad days. Tech can be hard. You have to be constantly upskilling and building. And so I'm always busy. I'm always working on projects. And I also build tech on change so that people can also have the opportunity to network with other tech professionals and build together and grow together. Just a place for all of us to grow in tech, basically. Yeah.
Our founder, Ma. So nice to have you on the call.
You're welcome. Thank
Yes, so
you.
fellow research and data analyst. So nice to have you. Thank you for organizing the webinar and for your hard work putting this community together. Well done, Ma.
Thank you so much. You're making me cry.
Okay, please, let's have someone else. Let's have someone else before we move on to the next item on our agenda. Okay. I'd asked earlier if we have community members on the call. I think I only saw Imelda give a thumbs up. So if you're a community member, please give another thumbs up, please. Let's take note of how many community members are on the call. Okay, so community members and non-community members, you're so welcome. You're welcome to this webinar. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule to join. I'd like to tell you about or remind you if you already know, what the community is about. We believe that talent is everywhere, but access to opportunities is not. That is why we have this community here, to bridge the gap between providing aspiring and existing tech professionals with practical learning experiences, mentorship, networking opportunities, and a supportive community where all can grow together. So whether you are just beginning your tech journey, you are switching careers, or looking to level up, the Tech on Chain network is designed to help you move from simply learning to actually building and creating opportunities. What we've done is, rather than simply announcing the community, our goal is to give people immediate value and a clear path for their tech journey. So over the next 3 months, from August to October 2026, we will be hosting activities designed to help members gain practical experiences, build their portfolios, and connect with other professionals across Africa. The Launch Summit is a webinar featuring experienced tech professionals and hiring managers who will share practical insights on succeeding in tech. Today's session is focused on why project matters more than certificates and what hiring managers look for when recruiting talent. In the coming weeks, we'll host hands-on workshops across different tech tracks. So these include data analytics. Glad to have data analysts on the call today, cybersecurity, UI UX design, and software development. These workshops are designed to help members build practical portfolio-ready projects. So members will have the opportunity to participate in community challenges where they can showcase their work online, gain visibility, and connect with other builders. We also have the Tech on Chain Network Build Fest 2026 coming up. This is where members will put everything they've learned into practice by working on real projects, collaborating with others across different tech tracks, and competing for exciting prizes while building job-ready portfolios. As a member of the Tech Unchained, you gain access to job and internship opportunities, tech events, boot camps, and hackathons, membership and networking, free learning resources and tech courses, resume and career development support, webinar and live training, community hangouts, and also tech outreach initiatives. But most importantly, you become a part of the community that believes your growth is stronger when you do not build alone. So if that seems like something you're interested in, please join the Tech on Chain community. We have beautiful, beautiful and wonderful things lined up in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months for our members. without further ado, because we know today is Saturday and people need to rest, we'll be having our speaker on shortly. So if your hands are not too heavy and your legs are not too heavy, let's give a standing ovation, standing ovation to our beautiful and our lovely speaker today. Here, you guys know what to do. When I say standing ovation, I actually mean the clap emojis, the party emojis. I'm not. You guys need to do more hands, more. Yes, beautiful. Hi, Esther. Lovely to have you. We spoke
Hi, Joy.
already before some people joined in. So nice to have you. Thank you for joining again. I can't wait for the whatever it is, the beautiful thing that you have in store for us today. My expectation is that by the end of this event, the participants of the webinar would have a better understanding of why projects matter and also what HRs or hiring professionals look out for when recruiting talent. So that's what I expect at the end of the session. Please, you have the floor. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And firstly, I want to start by thanking Tech on Change for reaching out to me. When they reached out to me, I just wanted to understand what I would be talking about, if it was HR related, if it was, because most times when people bring tech to me, I'm like, hey, Kilo, call me, what's my own? Like, I'm doing HR, I'm not doing tech, right? But lately, we're in 2026, we're in a world where everything is evolving, tech is taking over. So at some point, you would still have to get into tech, even within the career that you are in, right? I mean, even in the HR world, we have something we call HR tech now. So like tech is actually getting into everywhere. So now I am expected to speak on why from learner to builder, why your projects matter more than your certifications. Now, we're not saying your certifications are not important, we're just saying when you build something, it is much more important. And I am going to be speaking from a HR point of view. Now, if I'm to ask you guys, how many of you have like a certificate from a tech course or a tech school, let's say ALX or Google certificates or even Coursera, anything, you see that a couple of you would raise your hand up, right? There are so many tech schools out there, so many tech courses, everybody is taking tech, doing tech, everybody wants to get into tech. And so because of that, training schools, training houses have used the opportunity to have at least one tech course or the other, right? Now, people are also taking use of that opportunity and making a use of that advantage to take or learn one tech course or the other. So pretty much you walk past any random person on the road. Okay, let me not say on the road. You get into a work environment and then you're asking just one person, do you have a tech course? And yeah, they'll tell you yes, they have a tech course. Like I can ask you guys now, how many of you have a certificate from a tech course? And a couple of people raise up their hand. Now, the most important thing is how many of you have personally built something that you can show someone right now and you say, oh, watch this, I made this. You see that the number of hands that were raised up for people that had a certificate from a tech course would actually reduce. It will drop drastically because everybody believes as long as I have the certificate, it can cover up for whatever knowledge I might not know or whatever thing I might not be able to do. Now, having the certificate is one thing, this is important. But being able to make use of the knowledge that you've gotten from the certificate is another thing entirely, right? Now, I'm just going to give a couple of points that when I got the topic, I was able to like note them down and I was able to say, okay, to me, when I see people having loads and loads and loads of certificates and then they cannot show what they've built or they cannot speak for themselves, like let me not even use tech aside, like every other career, because I believe that every single career have what's it called? They have a certificate attached to their name, right? Like, but then people are out here bagging certifications, bagging this. You call someone's name and you're calling so many letters after their name, but then you ask them to show workings on what they are doing, and they can't really show anything. So I'll just tell you, for me, why I think, or from an HR's point of view, why I believe that your projects matter more than your certifications. Now, number one, I believe that for your certifications, it only shows what you learned. Right now, there's a difference between what you learned and what you can do. A certificate will only show you, I I went through this class, I sat through this course, I was able to read through this course, I read, I passed the exam, and I was able to get the certificate. But your project will show that you can do the job. So the difference between your certificate and your project is, one, a certificate shows you, what shows me as an HR or a hiring manager, it shows that you learned something. It does not say the fact that I learned this means that I can do the course. A certificate will only tell the employer that you sat through the course, you finish it. It doesn't actually tell them that, oh, you can use whatever you learned from the course that you sat through to solve an actual problem. When you build something, even if it's something small, it's showing that the knowledge that you've learned from whatever certificate or whatever class you were able to attend, you are picking up that knowledge and you are making it and turning it into a result. You're building solutions. But if you have only a certificate without a project, like, how do I know that whatever you learned, whatever you understood through your course, how do I know that you can actually make results with it? I work in HR. I am paying you to come and tell me that, oh, you can make solutions to whatever problem my company is facing or the company I work for is facing. I'm not paying you to come and tell me, I have this certificate, I have that certificate, I have, okay, you have this much certificate. Show us how you can use it. Let's have a conversation about, even if it's something small, just one small project, show us how you were able to make use of the knowledge you gathered from gaining this certificate, how you were able to use it to build something, an actual result. So you see that for HRs, it's not all about the certifications. In fact, I have a couple of HR colleagues that till today, in fact, let me not even say a couple. I have one, there's a HR friend of mine that I know. So today, that guy does not have a CIPM. He does not have a PHRI, GPHR, so many HR certificates. But right now, this man has, I think, about 10 years of experience as a HR, and he is currently heading a HR department in a very big company in Abuja. This is to tell you that he has what he can call results. His results are speaking for him. He does not need the certification to show that, oh, he knows what he's doing. Okay, so for me, number one, I believe that a certificate just shows me, or it tells me, that you were able to sit through a course and you were able to finish the course. You are very smart enough to understand the course, and you're very smart enough to write. And see, people can be smart, book smart, they will write exam, they will pass, they will get the certificate, but they're not like hands work smart, if there's a word like that. So I would rather people, tech talent, focus more on building a project, focus more on building something, focus more on building solutions, rather than just gaining or gathering certifications and piling them up. Okay. Now, another thing for me, another thing I believe is, so many people have the same certificates. I can ask you now, do you have a certificate from ALX? Because I remember there was a time this ALX thing was everywhere. Everybody was doing, or okay, let me even use virtual assistant. I don't know if that's even something tech related, but everybody has one virtual assistant certificate. And then you tell them, and they're like, oh, I have certificates. What certificate? Virtual assistant or Guinea? I'm sorry, I'm using Igbo, but like, what is it? Like, everybody has the same certificates. It's either you are ALX certified or you're Coursera certified, or you're, in fact, this certification set, like, it is obviously very easy to get these days, and it doesn't make you stand out anymore. Right? Right now, thousands of Nigerians, they're all going through the same program. Like, you need to have something that when a hiring manager sees it, they're like, oh, this person is unique. This person can bring something to my firm, and it would be worthy enough that I pay this person a salary. Hiring managers have seen people having the same certificates over and over and over and over and over again. What makes you different? Your project. Because whatever you're building, I can promise you that your method, your standard, your process for building it, even if you're building something that someone else has built before, there will be something unique, because each and every person is unique. So you would put your uniqueness into whatever it is that you're building. But you see, when it comes to the certificates, whatever, if let me say, for example, the certificate is graded by A to B. If you're being graded on an A, you have an A. You that have an A, another person that have an A, what can I use to differentiate both of you? I would say, oh, both of you are the same. You people completed the same exact course. What makes you stand out? What makes you say, oh, because I am able to do this, because I am able to do that, I am different from this person? In a simple way that you can just say it is, oh, everybody has the same certificate, but nobody has the same project. Now, even if your project is similar to another one that has been built earlier, similar to something that has been done earlier, like I mentioned before, you would put a part of your uniqueness into your project, and it's going to stand out from another project. Okay. Now, thirdly, I think I've spoken on two things. One, the difference between your certificate and your project shows that, oh, your certificate just make me understand that you went through a course, you sat through it, but a project will show that, yes, I did this, I built that. And it shows that you can do the job. Secondly, plenty of people have the same certificates. Now, thirdly, I believe that these days, a lot of people, they just get stuck having to learn things. They just want to learn, they want to know, they want to say, oh, they did that, oh, they had that, but they are not building anything. Maximize your opportunity to build something, because it is it is whatever you build that would speak for you, that would actually show, and that is what employers and hiring managers will relate with. You see a lot of tech talent this time, they're like, they keep signing up for one course after another. Like, they've gone for a whole cohort, they've done 6 months cohort, and then they finish that one. You see them, they're pushing to go for another cohort in another tech body. And but after all of this cohort, that what is one thing that you built? What is one thing that you worked on? What is one thing that while you're speaking to a hiring manager, you can say, I did this, I did that, and I can walk you through the process? Personally, I feel like a lot of people don't try building stuff because I think it's because of fear, right? What if I build it and it's not good enough? What if I build it and then nobody uses it? What if I build it and it's not original? So many questions are coming into your head. What if I build it and the process is not easily understandable? You don't really need to make it perfect. You can start small. Build something. See, you need to make yourself stand out, right? Like, build something that, as little as it is, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can call it your own. It can be a small problem around you. It doesn't even have to be something so magnanimous, something so wonderful, something that, oh, when they hear it, they're like, oh my God, that person is the founder of this. You don't even need something that the world has never seen. You can start building small. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be original. It doesn't have to be good enough. Just build something that when you're done building, you can see actual results. Okay? So for me, do not get stuck only learning. You're learning. See, you can learn and learn and learn and learn, and then you have nothing to show for it. You have to build something. You have to show results for whatever learnings that you've been undergoing through. Whatever, like, there's a reason why you undergo these trainings and these lessons that you're learning. It's to be able to show that I did something after I was able to go through all of this cohort, all of these trainings, all of these certifications that I wrote or that I studied for. Okay? Do not get stuck in a box of only learning or only getting in knowledge without making use of the knowledge that you're getting in. It's best you learn that after you've gone through a course, the next thing that should be in your mind shouldn't be looking for another course that you will go through. It should be looking for a problem around you that you can solve. Looking for a problem around you that you can make use of that problem to build a project that would give solution to that problem that you've seen around yourself. All right. Again, I say it doesn't have to be perfect. Start small. Start with something that when people see it around you, they're like, oh, okay, this can actually help me. All right. Now, number 4, when it comes to projects and hiring managers, I have had situations where I am doing interviews for tech talents and you're asking them, oh, what have you done in the past that can show, or because we tend to ask, let me give you an example of a very, very random, not random, often question that we ask. We always ask for something you've done before that is related to that work that you're doing or that you're applying for in the firm that we're actually hiring you for. Now, if you had a project, you will see that the project will give you a story to tell in your interview. If all you have is a certificate, you can just list the number of certificates you have in your interview, but now you're not engaging your hiring manager, you're not engaging your HR or the recruiter. But should you have a project, let's say you're sitting in an interview and the interviewer is asking, just tell me about a challenge that you faced and how you solved it. That is the point where you talk about your project. If it's only a certificate that you had, will you tell me, oh, this problem I faced, because I was able to have this certificate, that problem magically went away? No. But if you have a project, even if it's a simple one, it will give you a real story to talk about. So you see how having a project would actually help you ace your interview, and you don't even know that it is helping you ace your interview. Now, let's say you get asked that question, tell me about a challenge you faced and how you were able to solve it. You will start by saying, oh, what was the problem you faced? You will notice that it was a small problem that you noticed around you. After you tell them the problem you face, you now tell them what went wrong. You tell them how you fixed it. You tell them, oh, what you would do differently next time. You tell them the result you came up with. You tell them, oh, if that result wasn't okay, what I would do again to make sure that the result gets better and it provides a solution. You see that when you keep talking about the process, because you personally went through these processes, it will give a more convincing story than having a certificate. We already see your certificates. We have seen that you, in fact, when we look at CVs, right, most times what we look at is your achievements or the tasks you did in the places you worked or in the projects you've worked over your certificates. When I build CVs for people, candidates, I wanted to say tech talents, but I want to make it a general news now. I always put the certifications last. If you look at my personal CV, my certifications are the last thing on the CV. At the top are things that I have done in the different places I have worked. I cannot count the number of speaking engagements that I have had. I have spoken to a combined audience of about 2,000 people, but you would not even see me. I don't even think it's even on my, it's not on my CV. It's really because all of these things does not show that I am able to do my actual HR job. The things that shows that I am able to do my actual HR job are the times that I did my actual HR job in the places that I have worked in before. Okay, so a project will actually give you a story to tell in your interview. A certificate will never ever be able to answer an interview question. But one thing that I am very, very sure of is your project will always come handy. It will come true for you. It will help you answer your question in such a way that the hiring manager will be convinced and would believe that you have something that you can bring to the table and it is going to be worthy enough to make for us to give you salaries or to actually pay you. All right. I think I've spoken on 4 things now. Now, number 5, Number five should be, let's say, for example, you're switching careers into tech. You're not really, you didn't grow in tech, you didn't study anything tech related. Best believe that your certificates will not be the one speaking for you. A project will actually build trust for you over your certificates with a hiring manager. If somebody is moving into tech, let's say from another field, let's say from banking, from admin, customer service, or even HR, the fact that you have so many certificates will not actually, it will not convince that employer to trust you with actual responsibilities that would require your knowledge. It is when we've seen the things you've done. Sorry, give me a moment. We're living in Nigeria. Oshé, I hope this is okay. Please let me know you can see me, Joy.
Yes, we
All
can
right,
see.
thank you. Okay. So, like I was saying, if you're switching careers, obviously people would see on your CV that you started out with using I like most times when I'm speaking, I like using HR as an example because that is where I have been in HR, right? Let's say you started with HR in your career and you've been doing HR for 4 years, for 5 years. I would like to throw this question open to you people. I am literally I've been in HR for 4 years, 5 years, let's say five. And now I am getting into tech and I have just 1 year of tech experience. And with my 1 year of tech experience, I have 6 different certificates. And then I don't have a single project to show all of the things I have learned using those certificates. Be honest, would you give me the job? You that is not even a HR person, would you give me the job? Just one person can unmute their mic and answer me. Are you people listening to me? I don't want Joy to answer. Or Joy, don't answer, please. I just want to be sure that every other person is listening to me. If I have 5 years of experience in HR and just 1 year of experience in tech, and I don't have any projects, and you have your own company, you're a startup founder, a big CEO, and you're the one interviewing me, and I come and I'm telling you, I have this certificate, I was able to, even if it's the most difficult certificate in the world, I was able to pass that, but I don't have a project to show you that this is what I did while learning all of the things I learned with this certificate. Would you grant me the job?
No, I wouldn't. I would rather employ you for HR work because, yeah,
Thank you,
because you
because
have
I
more
have
experience.
actual
Yeah.
experience in the HR role, not in the tech role. You see that your project, if you're switching careers, I'm talking for people now that are switching. If you're switching careers into tech, you see that your project will actually build trust with your hiring manager faster than whatever certificate. Sorry, I don't know. Is there like, I need someone to answer me now. Is there like a general certificate that everybody in tech now? Okay, let me say everybody in tech. Do I have any website developer on this call? Hello? Anybody into website development? Okay, let me use data analyst. Do I have I know I have data analyst because someone mentioned this earlier. Please, you people in data analytics, sorry. Is there like a certificate that you consider as, because for HRs, there's a certificate we consider as the highest in the career, which is SHRM. With that certificate, you can use that certificate to practice HR anywhere in the world. Now, is there something similar like that in data analytics? Hello, you should help me now. I don't know most of these things. I'm not everywhere. Okay,
Okay,
let's just,
let
sorry.
me so we have different certificates for like data analysis. For example, we have the Microsoft um Microsoft Power BI analyst certification.
Okay,
That's the Microsoft, you have to take the Microsoft 300 exam for
okay.
that. That's like the most prominent certificate most people get
I want to
for.
ask, this certificate, I am assuming it is actually not as easy to pass the exam. Should there be an exam for it, right?
Yes,
Thank you very much. Now, even if a tech person comes and they're like, they have this particular certificate, or a data analyst comes and they're like, they have this particular certificate that you just mentioned, and you want to come through me. In fact, let me not even say through me, through the HRs in my firm. And then I have another person that does not have that certificate, but this person has a project. In fact, the way we look at CVs, and let me even give you one expo into how you need to build your CV going forward. I mentioned it earlier. We will look at what you've done. If you've had the project and you put it on that CV, we look at what you have actually done over your certificates. We're not looking at, oh, this person
Can I
has
interrupt you?
this.
Can I interrupt
Sorry?
you, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. So data analytics is very practical. Before you even pass that exam, you must have done projects. So you cannot pass the exam without doing projects.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It literally just even speaks to what we are talking about now. Like, just it is very, very self-knowledgeable that your projects speak more for you over your certifications. And at the end of this call, at the end of this conversation, I am just really hoping that everybody out there, if you've not built something, you should take it seriously, no matter how small it is. You'll see that if you're switching, like I mentioned, if you're switching careers into tech, your project will actually build trust for you better over your certifications that you've gathered. You can tell your hiring manager, oh, I did not just study this, I did not just gain the certificates, I already started doing it. They know that they are bringing someone that knows what they are doing their into their space. Don't just tell people you can do it, show them. See, projects speaks for themselves. You don't even need to do the talking. Show them that you can actually do it. All right. Then another thing I would say is you should have quality over quantity. You have one certificate, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 20, and then you don't have just one solid project. One. You don't have one small thing that we can look at to say, yes, you know what you're doing. It's you just have quantity, like, and everywhere you go, people would rather quality over quantity. You're trying to impress your hiring manager and you're telling them, oh, you did this, you did that, you studied this, you studied that. No. And this also speaks to projects as well, right? You probably have so many unfinished projects. Like, just because we say, oh, okay, I'm not saying you should not have certificate, though, but just because we're saying, oh, you should have one project, at least one, you now got start trying so many things. No, it doesn't work that way. You should have quality over. Have at least one solid project that you're able to start from, that you're able to do from start to finish, and you show solutions, you show results. Don't try impressing a hiring manager and then you're going with listing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 certificates or even projects. Build something, start it, no matter how small, and finish it. It's not about starting, it's about finishing. It's about showing actual results. It's about showing that, yes, you're able to start something and you're able to finish it. We want somebody that when we hire, they actually know what they're about to do, they get on with it, and they're able to finish it. Don't show me 10 things that you started or 20 things that you started and then there was no result for it. Show me at least one thing that you started and you finished. It's not all about just starting. It's about starting and finishing. Okay, so I know I have limited time and I think I'll just almost be done. But another thing I want to say is I know the way I must have come off on this call, it feels like, oh, your certificates are not important. They are very, very important. They are important. God, certificates are not useless. But I just want to hit this on the head. The nail on the head is that certificates are not enough on their own. It is very, very important and useful to have your certificates. But the thing is, having a certificate alone is not just enough. It should just be, oh, you have your certificate, and that is the beginning of your talk with a potential hiring manager. It should be the beginning of your proof. It doesn't mean that, oh, that is where it ends. For whatever certificates that you have, try as much as possible to pair it with something that you were able to do, something you were able to build, a solution you were able to come up with, that knowledge you gathered from the certificate. Your certificate should just help you open up the door. It should help you show that, oh, I was able to learn this and I was able to understand this. But then your project is what will actually speak for you and keep you in whatever room you were able to use your certificate to get into. All right. So I feel like I've been able to make us understand that really your project is much more important, and it does a lot more what's the word now? It does a lot more. I can't, there's a word I'm trying to remember right now, but your certificate is actually very important, but your project speaks more for you when it comes to the hiring manager's table. Okay. And I want to say that before you start your next course, before you think of, oh, there's another course that has come out and it's very important that I get it, think of one thing that you need to build. Ask yourself the question, do I need to learn more? Do I need to gather another certificate? Do I need to get that? Is it important I get this certificate if I don't have one thing to show for it? You'll be like, I feel like people with so many certificates, you already have enough. You have enough. Like, I don't see any reason why I'm calling your name and I'm saying Esther, this, ACC, BBB. Like all of those certificates mean nothing if you do not have actual projects on your portfolio. So before going for another certification, ask yourself, do I need to learn more, or do I already know enough to start building something? Not just gathering and packing certification on your table. And then also, what I noticed that part of the topic is speaking to what we look out for whenever we're hiring. I think I must have mentioned that in different ways while speaking on this call. But for me, or for hiring managers where I work, HRs where I work, recruiters that I relate with, most times we always look out for how, whatever it is that you know, how you can bring value to us, to the firm. How, whenever you come on board, how you're able to, if we have a particular problem. I mean, the reason we're hiring you is to come and solve one issue or the other that we're having here. We're not hiring you to come and telling us that you have 1,000,001 certificates. So we want to be able to see that whatever it is that you know or that you say you know, you can actually use that to build, give us value and solve the issues that we have. You can actually use your knowledge to make work easier for people in the firm. We can actually, we want to see proof that whatever we're bringing you on board for is what you're actually going to do when you come in. We want to see that you were able to finish something. You started something small and you were able to finish it. We want to see that, oh, whatever project that you have, you can walk us through your projects and we can understand it. And we're sure that, oh, we bring this person on board and this person is not going to fail us or let us down. All right. So pretty much that is, in summary, what hiring managers look when we're looking out for tech talents. Now, I really hope that I have been able to speak to us and let us understand that really our certificates are important, but our projects take all the glory, and our projects actually matters more when it comes to hiring decisions that hiring managers makes. Thank you very much. I am Esther, that's HR Babe, and I really enjoyed talking to everyone of us on this call.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Esther. Thank you. That was such a wonderful session. I wrote down a long list of things that I'm going to read out. So points that I jotted down while the session was on. Thank you so much, Esther. And I love how you ended it too, like, I am that HR babe. I love it. Maybe I'll steal that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Esther. Thank you for your lessons. I hope that while Esther was on, we were jotting things down and taking down notes. I really hope so. Also, I hope that we have questions for her. Now we have a HR person in our midst. Ask all your questions now. Don't go ask ChatGPT. Ask Esther. She's here. Okay, so now to things that I jotted down while speaker was on. The first one is having certificates is one thing, showing workings is another thing. I like how Esther drops lines. The fact that she doesn't know it's lines. No, she drops lines. Having
Oh,
certificates is one
God.
thing, showing workings is another. So you have to show workings, though, not just
I'm
certificates.
telling you.
So your project matters more than your certifications. It shows what you've learned. The certificate shows what you can do. Another point is you should focus more. Your focus should be more on building solutions rather than piling certificates. This one sounds like my boss. Everyone has the same certificate, but not everybody has exactly the same project. She mentions how even if you are doing something similar, so a project similar to what someone else has done, you always have your own twist to it because we are different people. So you approach the problem differently. Your project can be something, your project can be about a small problem around you. It doesn't have to be a grand project. So we're not saying, or she's not saying to go solve or go find solution to cancer, for instance. Okay, it can be something small, as long as it's something valuable. Another point is after taking a course, the next thing on your mind shouldn't be the next course, but what project you can work on to help you hone your skill. And another point is projects help you ace your interviews because hiring managers always ask about your previous projects. Another point is hiring managers look at your achievements in the places you have worked in over your certificates. So they rate your achievement over your certificates. Another point is for whatever certificate you have, try to pair it with a project that shows that you really learned the skill. Lastly, your certificate is important, but your project matters more on the hiring manager's table. That's like the strongest point here. That sums up everything that she has said. The certificates matter, but your projects matter more on the hiring manager's table. Does anyone have any notes for us? Any points they took down? Any lessons they learned from Esther's session? Do we have anyone who wants to say something? I think we have a shy audience today. Does anyone want to say something?
I really want us to ask questions. So I
yeah,
would really love it if, in fact, if left to me, I want everybody's camera to be on so that I can be sure that we are all looking. Let us have that conversation because we come on interviews. Oh, thank you very much, James. In fact, your own will not spoil. James, you're not off it. You now turned it off. We have a lot of conversations when people come on interviews, like when I mean the candidates have gone and then we're like, so why did we even interview this person? Because they make their CVs look like, oh, they're all that, but then they're having conversations. We're asking you what you've done, and you cannot answer. So please, I really, really would want us to have the conversations right now before you get on that interview. Ask whatever questions it is that is bothering you about, like when it comes to your project slash or versus your certificates. Thank you.
Hi, James. I think you mistakenly turned on your camera the other time.
Yes, I did.
Hi, nice to have you, James. So do you have questions, notes, whatever it is? What do you have for us?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is James. I'm also a data analyst, and I'm really grateful I had the opportunity to be on this call. I think from everything Esther said, I would say I felt guilty. The whole part of chasing from one course to another, and not having projects to support them. But at the same time, I would say so far being a data analyst, I think one of the beauty of having that skill is even though you don't have a project to show for it, amidst learning every milestone, there's always something you can keep aside for yourself. And perhaps I've never really had a situation where, despite not having any project online, I've never really had a situation where I had an interview and I was asked about stuff I'd done, and I was not able to like in details tell them, oh, I did this, I worked on this, I worked on that, without
Okay.
even not
Sorry
even
to
having.
interrupt you there. Sorry.
You
Now
said.
that's I said sorry to interrupt you there. I would say
Okay.
that that's there that you're explaining to them what you've done. See, sometimes your project doesn't necessarily have to be something that is
Physical.
tangible that we can see a link or it just has to be something that you worked on, something that you have done. It's not just gathering the certificates. Do you understand? So you don't even have to feel guilt if you have actually worked on something and you're able to explain yourself to a hiring manager or on an interview that you did this, you did that, and you were able to walk yourself through it, the whole process, and they were able to understand that yes, they picked out something from your conversation and they knew that, oh, I know I can vouch for this person, I can actually take this person in and this person will be able to bring results. Now that's there is you having a project. It might be very, very, I don't know whether the correct word is intangible because you can't see it like a link or something. I think he has left the call. But the fact that he was able to explain.
Yeah.
Okay, the fact that you were able to explain shows that yes, you have something that you can speak to as a project. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. But there's one question that I have for you. All the times I've built my CV, I've never really had a reason to put my. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can.
Okay, yes, I've never really had a reason to like put. Now, talking about projects, when building CV, I've never really had it in mind, or it has never occurred to me to. Now, okay, talking about projects being tangible, I think one of the beauty comes down to your portfolio or probably your CV because, for instance, now if I had something solid to show, perhaps on LinkedIn as a data analyst or GitHub or probably Medium, I would say when building my CV, right, I could attach a link or anything that works. But with everything you've said, I wanted to know as an HR, when you get CVs and again you review them, how can you tell someone has experience without actually seeing their physical?
Okay, are you done speaking?
Yes.
Okay, I understand your question, which is just something slightly related to what I was just saying, right? There is no link to show that I can click on it to see that, oh, this is what I have done. Now, first things first, for technical interviews, we have a couple of levels of interviews that we carry out. The first one is where even if you have nothing on your CV or a portfolio to show that you have been able to do a couple of things related to the career that you say you're doing, we have a conversation. That's the first level interview. We'll call it first level interview. We'll call you and we ask you questions. We now use scenario based questions. So ask you, was there a time where we come up with practical problems that we've probably experienced in our company, not even in just general scenario, like in our actual company, we come up with practical questions like that. And we ask you if you've ever had a time where you were in such situation. Now, it is in that situation that it is in that conversation that we now know whether or not you have done something, even without it being on your CV. Now, before we even you might want to ask and say, okay, this is actually after we have invited you for an interview. But before we even invite you for an interview, your CV will obviously carry places where you've worked before. And now, under each of the places you've worked before, we look and then we're looking at the list of achievements or tasks that you carried out. That is why it is very important that in every place you work, you make sure that you list out tangible tasks, like tangible, pretty much good, great achievements that you did in different places you're working, because this is what even enables your CVs to be shortlisted at all for an interview. Okay, so now to answer your question, how do we know what a person has done without a link to their portfolio? We use the tasks that they've done on the different places that they put out on the CV. And if it relates with what we are looking for, that is how we shortlist you for an interview. Okay, so now, secondly, on your interview, we now ask you scenario-based questions to know whether you've been able to go through this situation before and how you were able to overcome it. And then lastly, for every technical interview that I have conducted where I work, we always have a technical assessment. So sometimes you might not have these projects on your CV. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do these projects. You should do them because you will talk about them. You will tell us about them. You don't have a choice, but you will tell us about them. So you see why it is still important that you have something that you're building or something you're currently working on so that you can show for it or show for your certificates and all the knowledge that you've gathered and you've learned. Did I answer your question?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, I mean.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks.
so much, James. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so beautiful. So I have some questions lined up. However, you've answered the bulk of the questions I have. I don't even see there's any one that you've not answered. While you and James were having the conversation, you answered almost everything that I had jotted down to ask you. Okay, so one thing I would like to ask is, what about someone who doesn't have any work experience? Because you mentioned a couple of times that HR wants to see your achievement where you worked. So what about someone who doesn't have any work experience, really?
Okay, thank you. So I recently spoke at an event, a tech event again, and I'm so glad I attended that event because that was my first ever physical tech fair, right? And that was where I noticed or I learned that if you go to the correct tech school or you go to an actual correct tech, go through an actual correct tech course, there is no way you will graduate without having at least one project. Even if you did not do it on your own, you're part of a group that did it. Now, that project that you can call it, maybe they call it the capstone. That project right there and then, you should, in fact, it should be your number one experience on your CV. Right now, if you're saying you do not have any experience whatsoever, every one of us that call ourselves a tech talent, you must have gone through some sort of school. I believe Tech on Chain is also like a tech school or a training home that offers tech courses. And I want to believe that they would also make you go through physical capstone projects where you are able to build projects. All of these can serve us. It doesn't have to be, like I mentioned while I was speaking, it doesn't have to be something so magnanimous. Starting small is the big deal. Like, you start small. You mentioned those projects that project that you were a part of. Even if you're not, it wasn't a singular, just you working on it. As long as you were a part of it, that there should serve as your experience. Now, you can, from those small group projects, start building something on your own. And if really you've never had an opportunity to work in a group project and have like the experience, if you don't have the best option is to start building something. You start learning, you've had a couple of certifications, make use of the knowledge you've gained and start building something. You cannot say you are not building. So if you're not building anything, then why are you now doing your certification? So you have to start building something. But like I would say, like I said earlier, even your small group projects can stand in as your actual experience for a start. So yeah, that should be my answer to that question. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you for the response, Esther. We have, is it Jamike? Did I say that right? Because I'm very used to killing people's names. I will scatter your name. So, is it Jamike?
All right, it's Jamike.
Jamike. Oh, that's Igbo.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm sorry for butchering your name.
No problem. I get that a lot.
Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. Good day, everyone. My name is Jamike, a full stack web developer. So I have a question to ask Esther. So for someone early in their career or probably just switching into tech, how many solid or would I say defendable projects do you typically want to see before the certificate starts mattering less?
One, just one. It's only one. You can actually decide to do more than one, but one solid one that you can speak to me on an interview from start to finish, the whole process, the challenges you faced, what you were able to do differently, and how you were able to overcome those challenges, then the solutions you provided, the results, and how it is now working. Just one. We don't need some. If you're opportune to have more than one, more than five, more than 10, good for you. But what we need is what, because interviewers self don't even have time. You know, there are times we are interviewing. In fact, if you look at my calendar last week, there was a time I was losing my mind because for one role, just one particular role, I have interviewed about 20 people for that role. And I need just one person. So interviewers don't even have time for you to start telling me I have 10 projects and then you want to start explaining your 10 projects to me. It's just one solid. That is why, and I remember when I was speaking, I mentioned this that you don't need to show me 10 things. I think it was under the point quality over quantity. You don't need to show me 10 things or 15 things that you've done. Just one or two or maximum three, because nobody's going to give you that particular long time to start explaining all of your projects and all. Do you understand? But you need something that you can
Yes.
pick through and you're able to convince whoever is hiring you that you know what you're doing and your head is in what you're doing. Do you understand? So for me, again, I'll say just one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Can I
Oh,
go on with my questions because I have more?
fine. Go on. Just one more question, please.
Okay. Okay. So let me choose. All right. Let me ask this. When you review a portfolio or probably a GitHub profile, what are the biggest red flags that tells you that someone can't actually defend or explain their own work?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to tech talents, right, I work in a financial industry. So I don't necessarily do a lot of tech related interviews. I do some because I mean my company has a fintech, right? So when it comes to reviewing the only way I do the shortlisting of people I would like to interview, and what I do is I match whatever is on their CV to the job description that I have for the role. I look at the job description, I look at their CV. If I see something that is on the job description and they've done it before on their what's it called on their CV, I get to shortlist them for an interview. Now, it now depends on you to come on your interview to now prove to me and every other hiring manager on that call why you need or why you have to be, why we have to hire you. But now, for your question, when it comes to GitHub links or portfolios, I don't do those reviews, right? I send those links to the hiring manager. Hiring managers are MDs or HODs of these departments that these talents are going to work. They are now the ones that do all of these reviews. But you know what I'm going to promise you? I will just note down your question and ask, right, when I get to the office, and then I'm hoping that you are part of the Tech on Chain community. I will give the response to my contact person that invited me for this call, and then I will get you an answer. But right now, I really cannot provide a tangible answer for you at the moment. I hope that's fine.
Oh yes, yes, that would be really good.
All
Thank you
right,
very much.
thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Jamie K. Thank you so much, Esther. You guys, Ayomi, did you have a question? Oh, okay. Madam wants to say something. Hello, Madam. Please, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. So, I would like to respond to something important that Esther mentioned. She said that all you need is at least one project on your portfolio. And if you've been in the tech on chain community, you must have seen our post about the Tech on Chain launch season. The launch season is basically to get people from learning to building and landing jobs. So after this summit, it's going to last through August to October. So after this summit, we're going to have a launch challenge, and after that, we're going to have project workshops. So in the project workshops, we're focusing on 4 tech tracks: data analytics, cybersecurity, UI UX design, and software development. So the purpose of the project workshop is to get you to build a project. So we are bringing facilitators that will run this live training where you get to follow them and build the project. And we are going to focus on a project that you can put on your portfolio. So that's one avenue. If you don't have a project yet, that's one avenue where you can get to build a project. It's going to happen at the end of August. The details will be dropped in the Tech on Chain community.
Aside from the project workshop, we're also having a build fest also during this launch season. So the build fest is another opportunity for you to also build a project that you can put in your portfolio. We are going to drop all the information of what you are going to be building when the time comes. So these two opportunities, the project workshop and the build fest, if you're interested in building projects at your portfolio, this is a very, very good opportunity for you to work on them in a community, get help from mentors too as well, and be able to put them on your portfolio. Yeah, so if you're interested, once the link is out, you can just register, just follow up on the updates in the community, and you'll be informed when they are out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Imelda. Esther is very Esther follower, she's very active. Thank you so much, Imelda. So as you can see, we have beautiful things in the pipeline. Oh, thank you, Ayomide. Yes, we have beautiful things in the coming weeks, in the coming months, just lined up for people who, want to learn a thing or two about tech. Okay, do we have any more questions or contributions? Like I said earlier, we have a HR professional here. Don't ask ChatGPT, just ask Esther. Ask Esther if you have questions, contributions, whatever it is that you have for us. Just unmute your mic and you have the floor. Okay. Can someone tell us one thing they learned from both the session and the question and answers? What have you learned? What's your take home from this entire session that we put together? Okay, Ayomide, James, Jamike, Esther Folorenshaw, what is your take home?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this session. I'm really, really, really grateful that I'm here. So I'll talk about what I've learned. I learned that we should build something, even if it is not, huge. Because when Esther started talking about building projects, I'm like, my mind went to a big project, like a wonderful one. But when she said you can start with the things you were able to do, maybe assignments from your current um, course of study, so that can also serve as your project. So that is one liberating thing I took from what she has said. She also said that on our CVs, that the very first thing that should be there should be the things that we've done in the places that we've worked. So, and that's the HR are really looking forward to seeing the projects that we've done over the certifications that we've gotten. So yeah, thank you, Esther, and thank you, everyone, and thank you, Joy, for your beautiful smile.
Thank you, Bosh.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Esther Folorenshaw, for paying attention during this session. Thank you to all our attendees. Thank you to our beautiful Esther Chisoma speaker who gave us her time. We have a very busy schedule. She's very busy, but she could squeeze us in. We're very grateful. Thank you for the lessons, for the tips, for the points, for the hints, for everything. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us and helping us understand how important projects is compared to certificates. While both are good, but projects over certifications. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time. The organizers have told me that you have to leave, so we're going to be wrapping up very shortly. But you can leave right now because we're almost done.
All right. Thank you very much, and thanks once again. I hope we all start building something. Have an
Yes.
amazing day. Bye.
Bye, Esther. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. So, what's going on? I don't know why my laptop is acting up. Don't act up today, please. Give me a minute. Let me fix it. Okay, confirm that you can hear me. Okay, that's wonderful. If you enjoyed today's session, we encourage you to become a part of the Tech on Change community and continue your journey with us throughout the launch season. We hope that this community brings a place where you don't just learn new skills, but build real experiences, meaningful connections, and a successful career in tech. So welcome to Tech on Change, where we learn, build, and grow together. Okay, so that's all we have for you today. Until the next meeting. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can drop off the call now, please. We're done. Thank you guys for joining.